Good evening. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Dave Llewellyn.
And I'm Carolyn Clifford. We begin tonight with the clerk attacked on the job.
Did they shoot you or hit you?
I got busted in the side of the head.
Two thieves storm into a local convenience store, one of them assaulting the clerk with a shotgun.
7 Action News reporter Anu Prakash shows us what happened and how the clerk is doing tonight. Anu?
This all happened last Thursday around 1 a.m. The clerk is still recovering from his injuries. He asked us not to show his face. Terrifying moments as two masked men storm into this Livonia 7-Eleven. One jumps over the counter holding a shotgun. The other locks the door. The clerk working alone at the time.
Immediate shock. I'm literally just thinking, okay, give these guys what they want.
And with that shotgun pointed right at him, the clerk complies and opens both registers. They take the cash but wanted more.
He's asking them where the money's at, where the safe's at, and he's striking them with the long gun as he's doing that.
You can see the clerk trying to protect himself, keeping his hands in front of his face, but the gunman attacks. Police say the clerk is then forced into a back room at gunpoint, but he doesn't know the combination. The clerk is left there and the thieves take off. Here's part of the clerk's call to 911.
How many people?
2 people, shotgun, males, masks.
How long ago did this happen?
I'm bleeding right now.
Did they shoot you or hit you?
I got busted in the side of the head.
The clerk was left with cuts to his ear and bruises to his chest and ribs.
They already knew what they were going for when they had a gun in my face. I didn't need to be hit. There was no need to, do anything else. I was at the strict mercy of a gun.
Livonia police say they've reached out to other Metro Detroit departments to see if they've had any similar armed robberies that could be connected.
Dude threatens your life. What do? You give him what he wants, to make sure that you're still standing. Hope they get these guys.
If you have any information that can help investigators, please give Livonia police a call. I'm Anu Prakash, 7 Action News.
Thank you so much, Anu. Now, just hours from now, presidential candidate Mike Bloomberg is set to make his debut on the debate stage alongside 5 other hopefuls, of course. But tonight, the 7 investigators are uncovering a connection between someone on his campaign payroll and a big endorsement from a top Detroit Democrat. 7 investigator Ross Jones is here right now with new information in the story we broke this afternoon with a push alert. Ross?
Carolyn, good evening. When Mike Bloomberg's campaign hired the wife of one of Michigan's most powerful politicians, was it because she was most qualified or most connected?
We have a candidate here who, according to polls, can beat Trump.
When Mike Bloomberg came to Detroit this month, the man who introduced him to the roaring crowd was Wayne County Executive Warren Evans.
It's time to welcome presidential candidate Mike Bloomberg.
And after embracing on stage, Evans would follow it up with a formal endorsement just last week. And then this past Saturday, there he was, opening Bloomberg's campaign office in Westland.
He knows how to manage a business.
But what Evans never mentioned in all of his speeches, that before he gave Bloomberg his endorsement, Bloomberg gave his wife a job. In fact, that's her at last Saturday's campaign event. Renata Evans is a paid full-time field organizer for the Bloomberg campaign with a focus on women voters and small businesses. A Bloomberg campaign spokesman said they hired Evans last month because of her experience as a community organizer and connections with small businesses throughout Detroit, and not because she's married to one of the state's most powerful Democrats.
I have no doubt they were fully aware who her husband was.
Dave Dulio is a professor of political science at Oakland University.
I don't think it's inappropriate to ask the questions at all. I think that we have to keep an eye out for things that might call into question the veracity of decisions that are made.
A Bloomberg spokesman said he wasn't sure what Renata Evans was being paid. But in December, the Washington Post reported that Bloomberg organizers were earning about $6,000 a month or $72,000 a year. You might remember that's about what Renata Evans made when she worked at the Wayne County Treasurer's Office in 2017. As we reported then, she was the only candidate considered for the job, despite having no government experience or even a college degree. She insisted then that her husband played no role in getting her that job, too. And after our story ran, Renata Evans gave the job up, saying she wanted to avoid even the appearance of being unethical. Now, yesterday I reached Renata Evans on her cell phone for comment for this story, but she hung up almost immediately. A spokesman for County Executive Warren Evans released a statement that reads, Warren Evans supports Mike Bloomberg because Mike is